Once upon a time in a faraway kingdom, there lived a king who had all the riches one could ever desire. He had beautiful wives and dutiful sons. What he didn't have was peace of mind. You see, the king was troubled by one big question. What is the secret to a long and happy life? One day, the king was strolling in his vast garden when he saw an unusual sight. A small bird was perched on a tree branch, and it looked at the king and started to speak. "Your Majesty," it said, "I can speak every language in the world, human and animal alike. And I know the answer to the question that has been troubling you." The king was flabbergasted. A talking bird that knew all languages. It sounded too fantastical to be true. But desperate for an answer to his question, he decided to believe it. The bird continued, "In exchange for my help, I only ask for a small cottage by the lake to live in, some bread to eat, and for you to never enter that cottage." The king readily agreed and built the bird a beautiful cottage by the lake, just as it had requested. Every morning, the king would visit the bird and ask, "Have you figured it out yet? What is the secret to a long and happy life?" The bird would reply, "Not yet, but I am working on it. Please come back tomorrow." This went on for many days. The king would visit the bird, ask his question, and the bird would ask for more time. Now, the king couldn't wait any longer. He wanted to know the secret to a long and happy life, and he was getting impatient with the bird's lack of progress. So one day, the king decided to pay the bird a surprise visit. He wanted to see what it was doing all day and why it hadn't figured out the answer yet. The king hid behind a tree near the cottage and waited. When the bird saw the king approaching its cottage, it flew down from its perch and entered the house. The king followed close behind and peeked through a window. Inside, he saw rows upon rows of books. The bird was flying from shelf to shelf, looking through the books. When it found what it was looking for, it opened the book and started to read. The king couldn't make out what the bird was reading, but after a while he heard it speak. Ah, here it is, the secret to a long and happy life. The bird had found the answer in one of the books. But before it could tell the king what it had learned, the king burst through the door and shouted, "You've been hiding the answer from me. Tell me what it is right now." The bird was frightened by the king's sudden entrance and dropped the book in its haste to get away. The pages fluttered to the ground, revealing the answer to the king. "The secret to a long and happy life," the king read, "is to do good to others and be kind." The king felt ashamed. He had been so focused on his own desires and had treated the bird so poorly. In its last moments, the bird had managed to tell him the answer to his question, but now it was gone. The king realized that the bird had not been hiding the answer from him, but had been trying to teach him a valuable lesson about kindness and compassion. The bird had given up its life to show the king the true meaning of a long and happy life. As the bird took its final flight, it left the king with a newfound understanding of the world and his place in it. From that day forward, King Anthony became a much better ruler. He treated his people with fairness and compassion, and he never forgot the lesson he had learned from the bird that could speak all languages. The bird's sacrifice had not been in vain. Its final act of kindness had saved the king and his kingdom, and the memory of the bird became a legend in the land, a reminder for all who heard it to always be kind to those in need.